Just a little fender bender maybe. Hey, what's up, guys? Thought we might have extortion. I think it may have just been a little fender bender. This little bitch right here just took a picture of me, though. But Rockwall is pretty wild. They like to search everything and everyone. But this little bitch right here, man, can't see her. This little bitch right here just took her phone out, 18-3, and took a picture. There's another sheriff over there, and it see, there's sheriff right there. Sheriff is worse than the PD out here in Rockwall. Money tap. Yeah, sheriff likes to search everything. You get pulled over for failure to signal, they want to search the car. You get pulled over for a license plate out, they want to search the car. Hey, thanks, Lou Dog. I think we're going to hang out in the area for a bit because it's pretty active out here with tyrants at the moment. I've been extorted by Rockwall PD, says News Now, West Texas. You guys want to look at new trucks? New Chevys? Freeman hard at work on the side of the highway, says blissfully ignorant. Yeah, that sounds dirty, doesn't it? Hey, thanks, Andy. Sorry, Addie and Daddy Fun. Okay, James, time to come to Henry County, Georgia. Yeah, I'm wanting to get out to the south. Definitely want to get out to the south. I'm seeing some real bad tyrants out there. Wasting my time out in the west with what's going on in the south. If you guys didn't see the video from Henry County that I shared, there's some more to follow up on that story too. But the lady was pulled over allegedly for speeding, and the sheriff decided that he wanted to ID the passenger. The passenger said, well, I didn't do anything wrong, so why do you need my ID? And the cop says, oh, because I said so, blah, blah, blah. Guy ends up getting dragged out of his car, out of the passenger seat, arrested, and charged with obstruction, not only for not IDing, but for not answering questions, for invoking his right to remain silent and not answering questions. He was cited with obstruction. And this was in Henry County, Alabama. If you guys haven't already seen that video, please go and check it out. It also gives a link to her Facebook page, so that you can go see it there also and get in contact with them if you want. Well, they convinced mainstream media to put out a video, or I'm sorry, not a video, put out a story a few days ago saying, no, it was all justified because when the officer walked up, he smelled marijuana. Now, nobody ever mentioned anything about marijuana during the entire stop. The entire thing Even the officers, when they're talking amongst each other, nobody ever mentions anything about marijuana. And even though the vehicle was searched, no marijuana was ever found. Not even a pipe or paraphernalia or anything. So we get the lies. We know what they're doing. We know what they're saying. We know they're full of crap. But they think that by simply saying that, by simply telling that lie, that the people still believe what they say. That the people still have any amount of trust and faith in what they say whatsoever. They've got too much of a bad reputation for lying, and the evidence is too clear. Why didn't you mention marijuana in the first place? And why didn't you find anything? I mean, they said that in the news story, it says that the odor was so pungent that upon arrival, the other officers could smell it too. Well, the other officers were a good 50 to 100 feet away from the suspect's vehicle. And they're saying, oh, they could smell it too. If it was that strong, if the odor was that strong, they would have found something. A roach. I mean, something. They would have found something. But they're liars. But they're liars. All right, guys, I'm going to be right back, and then we are going to go scout out the area and see if I can find any more tyrants for a few minutes. If they're not around, then we'll move on. All right, I'm back. I'm too old to be running. Too old. As usual, I went out. I left the house unprepared. When we go out and try to do cop watching, sometimes we'll be out for hours and we won't see anything. What's up, David? And so actually I was talking to David the other day and saying, dude, we need to stop going out to try to cop watch. Cop watching is one of those things where, you know, when you're going about your day and you see lights, you got to stop and film it. The tough thing is that when you're not out trying to cop watch, you have a destination to go to. You have something you're supposed to be doing, and it can be difficult, you know, to just stop and record it. But really, that's the best way for cop watch to work. Every single time somebody gets pulled over, well, almost every single time that someone gets pulled over, somebody else sees it. There's people around all the time, right? somebody sees it. And, you know, folks like me and David going out and searching for people being extorted and harassed just isn't, you know, it isn't a realistic way to make sure to get cameras on the cops, I don't feel like. The way to do it is to try to, you know, get everybody to have the confidence to be able to do it themselves. You know, just you do it when you see it. We'll go out for 3 or 4 hours and not see anybody being harassed or extorted, and then we go home, and the next day, the second I get in the car and travel away, I see somebody getting pulled over. That actually happened to us last week. About 3.5 to 4 hours driving all the way from, oh geez, we probably did 50, 60 miles, maybe more, just cruising around looking for cherries and berries. The second I got back in the car the next morning to go, I actually went to pick up my daughter from a birthday party, and I was running late already. I was about 8 minutes late picking her up. And I saw somebody get pulled over right in front of me. So I guess that, you know, one of the things that I should be doing now, that I told Alicia, my wife, is anywhere I'm going, I need to leave 30 minutes to an hour early. I'd rather be there early and just sit there and have the opportunity, if somebody gets pulled over, to be able to record it for them. So that's my goal, is to always leave 30 minutes to an hour early to wherever I'm going, so that I'm never in a rush, never in a hurry, and I can stop anytime I need to. I mean, I guess if I were to get 3 or 4 in a row, I'd run out of time, but I had an employee up here in this area, here in Rockwall, and a few years ago actually, he left for lunch, and he comes back almost an hour later, and he hasn't eaten lunch, and he's visibly upset about something, and he didn't eat lunch. I don't know. And I'm going, dude, what the hell were you doing for almost an hour while you were gone then? What could you have possibly wasted your time doing for an hour instead of going to get lunch? I don't get it. Well, he got stopped by Rockwall County Sheriff because his license plate was improperly displayed. The bracket broke off on the front, and so he put it in the front windshield. You don't even actually have, at the time, you didn't even legally have to have a license plate on the front. But he got pulled over for an improperly displayed license plate, and they spent almost an hour with about 5 or 6 units pulled up and searched his vehicle. Never found anything, and, you know, made the same excuse that they made out there in Alabama. Well, we smelled marijuana. Well, if you smelled marijuana so strong and you found nothing, then you're incompetent. But, you know, he was all upset thinking, oh, you know, my boss is going to be mad that I got pulled over. You know, you look, the public perception of you when you get pulled over and searched, if people knew about it, man, besides the fact that it's embarrassing, right? To a lot of people, they're like, oh man, I don't want my boss to know about that. He'll think I'm a criminal, you know. Yeah, he was afraid to tell me what happened. And then one of the other guys that works for me told him, because I did, like I told you guys, I did activism for years and years before I started doing YouTube videos. And I just didn't post it on the internet. And so one of the other guys that works for me told this guy what I do. And so he told me what happened. I told him, dude, go to lunch again. Go get lunch again. We'll pay you for your hour that you lost. And I'll deal with Rockwall County Sheriff and Rockwall PD myself. 2 days later, he got pulled over on the freeway on the way to work. And I had taught him some things about, you know, keep your doors locked, don't roll down your window, roll it down enough to give him your license registration. He was trying to give him his license registration and insurance. They both, at least one of them pulled their guns out and started pointing his gun. Oh shoot, ripping. Sorry, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna turn around though, because I'm actually going into a bad area. So, where I never get cell reception. I'll wait just a second here to make sure I don't rip out so you guys can hear. Never buffed for me. All right. Well, I was going into a dead area, so whether it was one person ripping or me, either way, I needed to turn around. So, drive from where he was at. I'm about a 4 or 5 minute drive from where he was pulled over at. He says, "Hey, I'm right here." They pulled me over. I got in my car and started going towards the scene, doing about 90 to 100 on the freeway over the bridge. And he's sitting there with me on the phone telling him, "I got my boss on the phone," and they don't know what that means. They're like, "What?" He's like, "I got my boss on the phone. You guys better get the hell out of here." They actually ended up leaving. They didn't take his license, his registration, his insurance, or anything. They didn't take it from him. He just kept telling him, "My boss is on his way, my boss is on his way." And I'm flying across the bridge doing 100 miles an hour trying to catch up to him. And they didn't take his license, registration, or anything, and they just pulled out and just left. They just went back to their cars, pulled out, and left. I was coming up to the scene just as they were leaving, and I chased one of the sheriff's deputies' vehicles for, man, probably at least 10 miles out towards Royce City area. And I was doing about 95 to 100, and I couldn't catch this guy. He didn't have lights and sirens on either. But he pulled away from the scene, and I wanted to talk to him. I wanted him to stay there. So I followed him about 90 to 100 down the freeway and never caught him. So I went later and found out what his name was, and there was allegedly no body cam footage, no dash cam footage, you know, blah, blah, blah. So that's my experiences with Rockwall, guys. Turn on live chat. I'm missing a whole bunch of... James, you drive like an old man when you're with me? David, I drive like an old man all the time. When I was in Arizona... a limo driver taught me how to drive a limo. And the whole idea of driving a limo is to try to make it so that your passengers can't even tell that you're driving. As much as possible, make it feel like you're sitting still. So we've got Sheriff Criminal Interdiction right here. I think he's just pulling up for gas though. And I'm probably going to end the live stream soon because I kind of cruised around the area and they're not doing any extortion around here. What's up, brother?
James, I'm watching you. My buddy's on the phone. He said, right on. He said, man, he's following them right now. Go over.
You think I should go search him?
They've been giving me fucking hell.
They're bad out here. They are really bad.
I was popping fireworks the other day. Disorderly conduct.
Oh yeah?
I told my daughter they're gonna take her to jail if she don't sign it. I told them to fuck herself.
She just go to jail for it or what?
No, she finally signed it.
Yeah. Under threat of violence.
Exactly. Yeah.
sign it or get beat up or
By the mayor.
kidnapped.
Yeah, he's right here. He's fucking with these stupid motherfuckers. Yeah. All right, I'll call you back, man.
All right, I'm gonna go do a stop on this guy.
Yeah, Jimmy Reed said hello. He's emailed you a few times, man.
Oh, okay.
He does it in Balch Springs.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, man.
What's it? Okay, I'll try and find it.
Yeah, he's emailed you, man. Yeah, these motherfuckers out here, somebody needs to be on them all the time. 'Cause they just
Yeah, I know.
like dogs.
They do. It's so hard to find them a lot of times, though.
Yeah, they throw you on the ground, man. I'm sick. I just called a civil rights attorney, man.
Yeah.
They arrested me and extorted money out of me for nothing.
Rockwall's
Never
made
went to
national
court.
news too.
Never went to court, man.
Yeah, they've made national news with their the sheriff supporting civil asset forfeiture and
Disorderly conduct in my own yard.
Can you back up cam me? You can just record me from right there. It says sheriff. I don't know what county though. Criminal Interdiction Unit, State of Texas Sheriff's Office. Like license plate readers. Hey, what's up? Yeah, how about you? What department are you with?
I work for Collin County Sheriff's Office.
Collin County?
Yes, sir.
You got ID on you?
I sure do.
Can I see it, please?
You want to see my...
Yeah, please. I need to see your ID.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure, no problem.
You licensed to carry that firearm?
Sure am.
Okay. Can you do me a favor and, sorry, hold on. That's kind of loud. That's drowning it. Can you do me a favor while I'm dealing with you? Can we go ahead and put your firearm up for my safety?
Absolutely not.
No, I just need for my safety. I'm sorry. Can I see that ID though? I needed to get closer to it, but
I just showed it to you.
well, I couldn't actually see it. I was trying to make sure that I was safe before we saw your ID.
Perfectly safe.
Okay. So you're licensed to carry that
I
firearm?
am, yes, sir.
Okay. For my safety, you don't want to go ahead and put it up? You don't
No, I
want to
don't.
have that respect for me and my safety?
No, sir.
Okay. Why is that?
Because this is my duty weapon.
Okay.
I don't holster this thing. I don't take this out unless I go into a jail.
Okay. So I didn't actually see your ID. What's your name then?
My name is Lieutenant Yont with the Collin County Sheriff's Office.
Lieutenant Yont. All right. What are you out here doing today? In
Getting
Rockwall?
gas right now.
Okay. Where are you headed to?
I'm going to work.
All right. So you're not on the clock right now?
I am on the clock.
All right. What brought you to work to Rockwall today?
I work all over the state of Texas.
So you're Collin County, but you kind of just float around everywhere?
Yes, sir.
So do you patrol Rockwall County then?
I do, yes, sir.
Okay. Do you do stops out here in Rockwall County?
Yes, sir.
All right. Next question is, do you have anything illegal on you that I should know about?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. You don't have any drugs or illegal firearms or anything in the vehicle? All right. Would you mind if I take a look?
Yes, I would.
If I can, I can just have you sit on the curb right over there.
You don't get to search me, buddy,
Why is that?
because you have no reason to search me.
Well, there was a guy actually who fit your description, dressed in a clown costume, that
Okay.
was planting drugs on people out here in Rockwall.
Watch out, you're fixing to get it.
There was actually someone in the same clown costume planting drugs on people on Rockwall. And
Okay.
so, when I see someone like yourself dressed in the same costume, I figure, I don't know if it's some type of organized gang that's going around doing it, but when you're wearing the same costume, it's pretty suspicious.
Right.
And if there's nothing to hide, I don't see why there would be a problem with me just checking it out. And that way, me, the public, everyone has peace of mind that you aren't going around planting drugs.
I don't have anything to hide. I'm
Well,
not planting drugs.
Then can I check?
No, sir.
Okay.
You are more than welcome to look in my car. You're
Okay.
not going to search it.
Okay.
You can stand right there and look at
Can I
it.
put the camera in there then?
You can take a look, yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't want you to break the threshold of my door.
Okay. What do you mean break? Oh, is that breaking the threshold here?
Threshold right
So
here,
I just
yeah.
broke the.
Yeah. That's called a search at that point.
Okay. So I can't check out that bag right
There's
there?
a computer in that bag.
Can we see?
You want to see inside my
Yeah.
bag? Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else in there?
Folder.
Okay.
Notepad.
Nothing else in the smaller pockets.
I have some deals to hook it up to computer cables and stuff
Okay.
like that.
All right.
Would you like to see the back of my car?
Yeah, yeah.
And see what all we carry?
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to show you
All right.
what we do. So these are all my tools of the trade. I have a ladder here for searching vehicles. I have,
A ladder for searching vehicles?
yes sir, if we have to make access into a tractor trailer or something high that we can't get to just by jumping up or something like that, it's a collapsible ladder. I have seals to search, seals to seal up tractor trailers, tools, glass from my windshield, evidence bags, business cards. You want one of those?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take one of those since I didn't actually get to see your ID.
Yeah. I showed you.
I know, but I was more worried about the firearm and who you are. You know what I mean? I gotta try to secure the scene.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I sure do. So I have a plate carrier here in case we need a rifle. If it's a dangerous situation, a ballistic helmet, extra ammo, rubber gloves, a camera here, change of clothes.
Another backpack, so there's no drugs in there either.
Change of clothes,
All right.
toiletry items here. Sure you get my deodorant, face wash, Q-tips.
Okay.
I have a jack.
All right.
There's a toolkit back there. What else you want to see? This is where we store our rifles.
Okay.
This is,
where you store your rifles?
Yeah. Or
Oh, okay, it's long.
that rifle right there. If I have to get out and go someplace, and we'll secure our rifle in there. OC spray, which I don't carry.
Okay.
Another vest for when we have civilian riders come ride with us. I like to put them in a vest so they're secure.
Can I wear that one while I'm dealing with you then?
No, sir.
In case. Okay.
No,
Just
sir.
for my safety.
Oh.
All I think about is my safety. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I'm thinking about my safety. I don't know who you are, buddy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not really that worried about it.
Just all I think about all day, every day is my safety and nobody else's. You know what I mean?
Cleaning supplies and my jack stuff right there.
Cool.
Rain pants. What
Okay.
else you want to see?
Can we check the glove box real quick?
Sure can. Binoculars.
See some pills in there.
Yeah, they're dietary supplements.
Okay.
Air fresheners, magazines, business cards, a watch, an earpiece.
Let's see the pill. So those are dietary supplements?
They are, yes, sir.
What does it say on there?
True control.
True control?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pair of leg restraints, binoculars.
Okay.
What else?
I think it looks good, man.
That answer all your questions?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to come do a ride along?
No.
Come on.
With you?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you want to take me, then I'll come, but I'm not.
If you're really interested in law enforcement, you want to see what we do every day, then please ride along.
I mean, if you want to take me, I'd be happy to come, but I'm not going to sign any papers to come with.
You don't have to sign any papers.
And I will be carrying.
Okay.
Okay. We can do that then. Is your cell phone number on here?
Nope. I'll write it down on there for you, though.
Okay.
If you'd like for me to.
Okay.
Or you can just call.
I'll call. Yeah, I'll call there. I don't
Yeah,
wanna-
you can call it 972-547-5100. Ask for me,
Okay.
and they'll patch you through to me, or they'll put you through to my desk.
And you'll let me come on a ride along without doing any background checks or any giving any ID
So
whatsoever.
when you do a ride along with us, you do have to go through. You do have to do the standard. Hey, let's make sure that you're not wanted or anything like that. Then you can come ride with us.
Okay, I won't do that.
You want to do that?
No.
You got warrants?
Nope.
Okay.
Sure don't. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then
It's just a matter of
you don't want to?
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine.
yeah. I mean, I'd be happy to come with you as two human beings.
Right.
But you know, this whole searching somebody's vehicle thing, I think it's out of line.
So why'd you ask to search mine?
Because cops do it to people all the time. I just wanted to flip it, and you
No,
know, I think it's out of line personally.
Well,
I do.
we don't search people's cars without probable cause or without consent.
Yeah, I see it all the time. You know, I've had employees of mine in the area searched by Rockwall County Sheriff, where you know, a lot of times the consent is attained by intimidation tactics. Now, am I saying that you personally have done that? No, I'm not. But
Well, I'm very certain to ask people when I ask for consent. Do you understand that it's a voluntary consent? Right?
right.
You understand you had the right to tell me no. You understand you had the right to refuse. And you also understand you have the right to withdraw your consent at any time.
Okay.
I'm sure to let people know all 4 of those things, which I don't have to by law.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's why I try to teach people what their rights are, because most cops won't tell you.
That's why
they'll just try to abuse and.
That's why I encourage people to come out and ride with me.
Okay. Well, I'd be happy to go ride with you, like I said.
But man, you're gonna have to do that basic.
Yeah, I won't do that. Maybe I'll get somebody. Maybe one of my viewers will be willing to do it, and they can go along and record if they're willing to submit to.
What do you have, like a YouTube
search
channel or something?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your name?
I don't want to give it right now.
What's an under so I can
It's-
see myself on YouTube?
Well, you're live right now. Actually.
Oh, on YouTube I am?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's 600 people watching.
YouTube or
right
Facebook?
now. YouTube.
What are they saying about me?
I don't know. The chat is. My chat isn't working
Come on,
right.
I'm not gonna be mad.
It's not. No, it's
I've
just
been
not
called
reloading.
worse.
It's just not reloading. So I keep having to hit live chat. Here we go. Now it's reloading. James, this is awesome. For the most part, this cop avoids most drug questions. If you had a drug dog, this cop would have dog tested POS for drugs. This dude is awesome. Wow, James, you just found a real officer who is patient, polite, and friendly. I give this man a thumbs up. News Now Fort Worth says he knows he's on camera. Damn, he is one
Ride
of the good
with him,
ones.
see?
Ride with him.
Dark says come ride with me.
Then dog. Yeah.
I don't have a canine, so I can't get a false head. So
Look at that one.
he's a good cop. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
My viewers are pretty harsh too. The last
Right?
time I found a good cop, they were still sitting there talking mad trash about him.
Where was the good cop at?
Oh man, where was it? It was out past Fort Worth. I can't remember the name of where it was at though.
Right.
The video's got like 80,000 views.
Really?
It was just a really young guy, and usually they're arrogant and cocky, and he was just.
Well, I've been doing this.
He offered to put his gun up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do that because I don't know if your name James.
Yeah.
I take it.
Yeah.
James. I don't know if this is a setup that there's somebody out there.
No, I understand.
To ambush
I wouldn't
me. That's
actually.
why I'm not going to put.
I wouldn't actually really want anyone to disarm themselves. But again, that's one of those things that I see. Cops walk up on the scene. The first thing they want to do is disarm everybody. I don't want you disarmed ever at all, or me, or anyone for that
appreciate
matter. A gun-free zone is a government-sanctioned kill zone.
And I honestly, I want everybody that has the legal authority to carry.
No such thing as legal.
I want everybody. I want everybody. Who,
Shall not be infringed.
Okay. Let me rephrase that, James.
Everyone who's not in a prison cell for non-violent, victimless crimes.
I want everybody who can responsibly carry to be able to carry able to carry their firearm, that have been through the appropriate training, that know how to handle a firearm, that know how to handle a firearm, and not just go pointing at people for all willy-nilly reasons.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
So I don't know if you're carrying. I can't see.
I definitely wouldn't ever pull it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. But I encourage you,
Unless
if you can carry, James, I encourage you to carry, because you could be the person that stops a crime one day
Right, but
when we're not there to.
yeah, when by can carry, anyways.
Yeah.
Government infringes on that. Shall not be infringed.
Well,
I just hope that, here's what I hope then. Here's what I would love. You seem like a decent guy. I would love you to take it to the next level. The next time you find a guy who's carrying illegally, that you assess the situation and decide if you think he should have the right to defend himself.
what do you consider illegal?
Without in Texas, for example, you're supposed to have a license to
Right.
carry. You're supposed to buy permission from the government.
Yes, sir.
There's a few states who have gone to constitutional carry. Texas is working on getting there. Open Carry Texas is really trying to push it.
Right.
I don't know if you heard, but the politicians are the Republicans essentially have pretty much thrown that out at this point because they're afraid to lose to the Democrats in the next election. I guess the whole point is you don't need a license to carry. You shouldn't. Shall not be infringed. The reason we call it constitutional carry when you don't have to have a license to carry is because anything else would be unconstitutional carry, right?
Okay.
So my only hope would be that, you know, if you find someone that has a firearm that they're carrying and they didn't buy permission to do so, that you would assess the situation as a human being rather than as a cop.
Well, as law enforcement officers, we have to assess each and every single situation that we come across.
Yeah.
It's not just, hey, you don't have a weapon, you're going, or you don't have a permit, you're going to jail. There could be some reason for it. They could be going to and from their place of hunting or something like that. So we have to, as law enforcement, we do have to assess every single situation on a case-by-case basis.
The truth is, everyone should have the right to self-defense, though, in any situation.
I totally agree.
And that is what levels the playing ground. That is what makes an 80-year-old woman a threat. I mean, be able to defend herself against a grown man like you.
Right. But there's also people that lose that right to carry once they commit certain crimes in the United States.
Over 70% of the people in our prisons on felonies are in there for victimless, nonviolent crimes because of the failing drug war. When it started in the 70s, 1.3% of the country was addicted to illicit drugs. 40 years later, 1.3% of the country is still addicted to illicit drugs. Now we have a bigger incarceration rate than any other totalitarian nation in the entire world. So the whole idea that because you committed a, quote, crime, I mean, we got a lot of, to me, that's how we systematically disarm good people. I mean, you got an addiction, I got an addiction, it's Red Bull. Okay, it's legal though, right? And to me, that's more harmful than a lot of the illegal things that are out there.
Bangs.
Yours is what?
Bangs.
What's that?
You know, the energy drink Bang?
Okay, right on. And they're more harmful than a lot of the things that are legal.
Absolutely.
So it's not a matter of, you know, the government shouldn't be controlling that. And to take away somebody's right to defend themselves because they're addicted to a substance that we're not addicted to, and government said that we can do our thing.
That's a personal opinion.
Well,
I'm not going to give my personal opinion.
But you've got to. You have to.
I don't.
I mean, no, you don't have to give it, but you should be using your own discretion all the time.
But you also have to understand that how many of these illicit narcotics and these illicit drugs destroy homes.
Oh yeah, and some
people addicted to opioids. It's an opioid crisis right now.
Yeah.
And for people to say it's not a crisis,
Mm-hmm.
the heroin that is infiltrating our community and the methamphetamine
coming from Afghanistan after we invaded Afghanistan and started producing opium again.
You know what, James? I have never gotten anybody with heroin that originated from Afghanistan.
Okay. Did it originate from a pharmacy?
Did not originate from a pharmacy.
Okay. Because I mean that's one of the biggest problem is prescription drugs,
Prescription
right?
narcotics.
And
you're absolutely right, but also know that with the price of prescription narcotics going up and the crackdown that's been on doctors is that people are having to go to other avenues to get their opioid addiction fixed.
Yeah.
So we have to get a control on the opioid addiction in the United States.
Yeah, well, I know people who have been legally addicted for decades, and they're restricting the amount that they can, and so now they're going out to the streets to get it. You know, the government controlling all this stuff isn't good for anybody. It would be good if I would get off of Red Bull and you would get off of whatever you're addicted to, and it would be good if they would get off of heroin. But if I threw you in a cage and said you're a bad man now because you put that in your body and it's harmful to your body, is that fair?
You know, that's your personal opinion.
Okay. I know that everybody uses this analogy, and you probably hear it way too much, but it's real. Just following orders is not an excuse, right? All the worst atrocities in the human history, all the mass murders the worst mass murders in human history were done in the name of law. Not against the law, but in the name of law.
Okay.
There was nothing illegal about the Holocaust. I know you've heard it 1,000 times, right? But me and you both are perfectly capable of doing horrible things because we choose not to choose for ourselves what we believe is right and wrong and allow politicians to dictate to us what is right and wrong. So, anyways,
that's your personal opinion, man.
Well,
James, hey man, do you got any other questions for me?
No, man. I appreciate you talking with me and letting me check out the vehicle.
Your buddies too?
I actually have people watching me live, and so they'll come and backup camera me all the time.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of times I'll get tackled, tased, beaten, arrested.
So have you felt unsafe with me?
No, I haven't.
Have I answered all your questions?
Yeah.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I appreciate it.
Will you come and ride with me?
As long as I don't have to do a background check.
Think about coming and riding.
Let me ask you this: if I have a pending felony, can I ride with you?
Man, I'll have to ask my sheriff.
It's fake, anyways.
Okay. So
it's from police chief in Leon Valley.
Where's Leon?
He's going to prison.
Where's Leon Valley?
It's in Bexar County,
down
San Antonio. Yeah.
So you go all around doing this?
All over the country.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, this is my home though.
Rockwall is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never met you. Do you hang out
This
here?
is a lot of the Rockwall and Rowlett police are the ones who got me started doing this.
Really?
Because of their abuses.
Have we ever had a bad interaction?
Me and you personally, no. Never met you. No.
I just want to make sure. Well,
No.
James?
We've only had a good one now.
All right. Well, my name is Tully. Again.
Tully? All right.
Yep. That's my first name.
All right.
If you want to come up, I'll be more than happy to take you or any of your other viewers out.
Okay.
If you're gonna put my card on there, I know they're gonna inundate my voicemail.
Well, it's, I mean, they do it both ways. You saw the comments on here. People don't hate you, they like you.
Okay, good.
And, you know, they tend to call when they're really upset. They also will call and give compliments, though,
Okay.
so.
Well, if they want to call and give a compliment, Sheriff Jim Skinner, that's my sheriff of Collin County.
Okay.
They can say that they watched your YouTube channel or Facebook Live. Is it Facebook? What is it?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yep.
All right. And this will be uploaded when?
Oh, it's live right now, so it's already up. I will probably, since it's over a 40-minute video right now.
We've been out here 40 minutes.
Well, I've been live for a while.
okay.
I had to stop over there with Rockwall PD, and
How'd that go?
the female was a B word, and then the Rockwall PD is usually pretty bad, and so is Rockwall Sheriff. They're usually horrible. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
They're usually horrible, and no matter what, they insist on being horrible every time.
Well, I try to treat people the way I want them to treat my wife.
Yeah.
You know, if my wife and my kids were standing right here, how would I want somebody to treat you?
Lock them up if they got a plant, right? If they've got weed, lock them up.
James, man, hey.
And take their guns. All right, man.
Be careful out here filming folks, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to.
You know, the world's a dangerous place.
I know it is.
And
that's why I wear this stuff.
yeah, the idea that we can somehow legislate safety or whatever, you know, it's always going to be a dangerous place.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
Take care, bud.
Have a good one.
All right. Take care, sir.
All right, guys, I'm going to actually end this live stream so that I can cut it, so that it doesn't get too long, so I can download it and edit it later. Hold on, let me do some permanent blocks on people first. I still got some of the I've still got some of the individuals from the California family law bar member that I haven't preemptively blocked yet. All right, cool, got him. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.